Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Market Pulse. I'm Ajit, Mahuli, the founder and mentor at Learn Price Action Trading. Let's take a quick look at what Nifty has been doing in the past week and what it is likely to do in this week. Remember, this week we have the RBI policy on it on Wednesday, I guess. And so most of the price action will be with respect to that event. So you could see more rebound activities happening tomorrow and day after tomorrow till the RBI policy. And then maybe we can see a more confirmed direction either to the upside or to the downside. As we look at the monthly chart, the demand zone still, the better demand zone is here. That's the area of the best demand zone, which the markets have been holding so far, and that is the area from where we did get a new high. So that's a monthly demand zone. In these areas, we have these 2 months of bullish price activity. So definitely on a time frame like weekly and daily, you will see more demand zones there, which could push prices up. So going back to the weekly, we have reached this area of supply zone, that is the all-time high. But again, there is no convincing move out now. It could be that the policy might shift the trend and take it up 19,000, which will have another follow-through candle above the all-time high. But this demand zone has to be taken a look with caution, and probably this is the area where you can expect some good long opportunities that you may have. But as of now, we are pretty up, overextended, and markets are waiting for an event. So based on the weekly chart, there is some amount of bounce that you can expect for, let's say, intraday or a short-term income. Coming back to the daily, this is what we see on the daily chart. That is the all-time high. We came back and moved up, but it all needs to be seen how price negotiates this gap area or this all-time high. Both have a bigger role to play in the understanding of price action. So anybody who wants to get into a position will probably wait. Aggressive traders might want to take it with a strict stop loss, but you run the risk of gaps. But since the policies in the market hours, probably the gaps might not be of such a big impact. Now that's the area of demand zone from where we gave a new all-time high, and price is reacting to that. And the next best area of demand zone still remains at these areas, and short-term target for shorts could be somewhere close to 18,350. So approach the markets with caution. It's or longs do not have high reward to risk ratio, but shorts based on some confirmation move can give you pretty good reward to risk ratio. A quick look at this also suggests that India VIX is at the bottom at this area. If you see a weekly chart, we are pretty low, and there is a good chance that this might move up at least up to the initial based on daily is going to be somewhere close to 16 and then 22. If that happens, we'll see a bigger pullback in the Nifty and possibly Bank Nifty index as well. Let's take a quick look at what is Bank Nifty doing and is likely to do in the coming weeks. Again, all-time high scenario for this index, pretty overextended. That's still going to be the best area of demand zone for cash buying. Now, whether it comes here needs to be seen. Just mark that. That's the monthly demand zone. And we do have probably on smaller time frames some demand zone at these areas, which could give bounce. No supply zone on the monthly chart, nor on the weekly and nor on the daily chart. So no supply zones, markets are at high, but the way this has gone with narrow range candles makes it a good candidate for a corrective move, at least up to the prior all-time high or this area of demand zone based on the current price action and the event that we have. At these areas, we'll have to take a look at how price behaves before we take a long opportunity, but that's still going to be the best area of demand zone for us to look at swing long trades in the index. So on the daily chart, even though Bank Nifty has been moving up, the way it has moved up is not convincing. So there are no demand areas. So we could see a immediate stop at 41,800 first, and then eventually next stop would be 1,000 point lower. Till then there are no demand zones. The demand zone here is where we can expect the price to pull back. And if this is broken, then the next area of demand zone will be somewhere close to 38,500, which also aligns itself with the weekly demand area. And as we go down to the smaller time frames, if you see, this high and the supply zone will be key to observe. Price is ranging between these areas here. That's the demand zone on a smaller time frame. And I would take this bull as a supply zone because there are no daily, weekly, monthly supply zones. So price can go all the way up to that existing high, or even make an attempt to breach that and again pull back lower. So that is something that you need to watch out for. So since we have a policy coming in, avoid aggressive trading, stick to intraday or be stock specific. The index could have high volatility coming in because VIX is also low and expected to rise because of the event. So be careful about your trade setups and exercise caution.